boom, your mortgage payment just went up. You didn't miss a payment, you didn't refinance. Your home, it just has the wrong letter. Imagine waking up, checking your bank account, and seeing a rate hike simply because your house has an energy performance certificate, an EPC rating of D or lower. Well, European lenders are aggressively hardwiring this into their risk models right now. It's a simple, brutal equation. Low energy score equals a higher interest rate.
And look, this isn't some theoretical future we're talking about here. Recent European real estate studies are showing that poorly rated homes, usually those sitting at an EPC of D and below, are already selling for 10 to 15% less than equivalent A or B rated properties. Plus, they sit on the market significantly longer. The market is absolutely punishing poor energy efficiency as we speak, and very soon, a new legal framework is going to aggressively accelerate this reality across the entire continent.
Welcome to This Explainer, the May 29th deadline, and why your home value is at risk right now. Stay with me here, because over the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly what changes on that specific date. More importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to protect your property's value and your hard-earned equity before the new European directive literally locks you into a very expensive corner. Let's dive in.
Chapter 1. The Law. What actually changes on May 29th?
Back in 2024, the European Union passed the EPBD recast. That's the Energy Performance of Buildings Directive. It's this massive piece of legislation aimed at achieving a completely zero-emission building stock by 2050. And here's the kicker. Most EU member states have until May 29, 2026 to write this directive into their national laws. This is not a soft suggestion, guys. It's a strict, locked-in transposition deadline. So what actually becomes law on that date? Well, it breaks down into 3 structured mechanisms that compound together to penalize the worst-performing buildings: tighter EPC rules, minimum energy performance standards, and renovation passports. Let's look at how these actually function as a financial trap if you aren't prepared.
The immediate consequence of that first mechanism is honestly pretty alarming. Countries are shortening their EPC validity periods. So instead of being good for a decade, you're going to need a fresh one whenever you sell, rent, or remortgage. If your certificate is outdated when you need it, boom, transaction blocked. You literally cannot close the deal. And in a market where certified assessors are already booked out weeks in advance, sitting in that queue while your property sits frozen, yeah, that's going to cost you serious money. Here's the ticking clock. In 2024, the law passed. Fast forward to May 29, 2026, and the framework for minimum energy performance standards goes into national law everywhere. This requires countries to set strict trajectories for improving the worst homes. By around 2030, many countries are expected to legally restrict you from renting or selling the lowest-rated properties at all, unless they are upgraded. The countdown on your specific country's enforcement starts ticking aggressively on May 29th.
Chapter 2. The Market Reality. Your home is already losing value.
So, what's the harsh truth here? Well, the directive didn't cause this next part, but it is absolutely accelerating it. Banks and buyers did not wait for the May 29th deadline. They are treating poor energy efficiency as a major financial hazard today. If you're sitting on an A or B-rated home, you get preferred mortgage rates, your home holds a premium value, and it sells faster. Simple as that. But if you're stuck with a D, E, F, or G rating, you're facing up to a 1% mortgage penalty gap. You're getting hit with a 10 to 15% brown discount on your sale price, and it sits on the market significantly longer. Buyers are already pricing in the future renovation costs, and banks are pricing in the credit risk.
Let's translate those abstract percentages into some visceral, real-world math. Say your home is worth 300,000 euros. A 10% brown discount strips 30 grand straight off your asking price before a buyer even starts negotiating with you. That is real equity completely wiped out simply because of your home's thermal envelope and outdated systems. Ouch.
To make matters even more urgent, uniform digital EPC databases are closing all the gray areas. The new directive mandates transparent digital registries across the EU. Honestly, for once, the government is building an IT system that actually works, and it's designed to make it completely impossible to hide a poorly rated home from institutional scrutiny. Banks, buyers, government agencies, they will all be able to cross-reference your home's energy performance instantly. Nowhere to hide.
Chapter 3. The Renovation Passport. The document that controls your access to money.
This brings us to the absolute most critical, yet frequently misunderstood, tool mandated by Article 12 of the new directive, the Renovation Passport. So what exactly is it?
It's a personalized, step-by-step roadmap prepared by a certified professional, detailing exactly how your specific building will be upgraded over time. I want you to think of this as a custom engineering plan. It's not just some generic checkbox exercise. It's the technical blueprint that maps out how to turn your home's insulation into a proper thermal shield and how to upgrade your ventilation to act as the efficient lungs of your building.
Now let's practice some intellectual honesty here. You'll likely have to pay between 500 to 700 euros to get this document for a standard single-family home. I see homeowners online furiously calling this a bureaucratic scam, and honestly, I get it. Paying hundreds of euros for what feels like a glorified PDF is incredibly frustrating.
But here is the essential trade-off you really need to understand. Look at what this document actually unlocks. It is your literal gate to capital. It gives you preferred access to green mortgages, it grants you priority access to heavy subsidy and grant programs, it gives you a phased upgrade roadmap so you aren't forced into massive, catastrophic one-time costs down the road. Ultimately, it protects your property value as minimum standards tighten. If you don't have this passport, every time a new subsidy opens up, you're starting from zero while your neighbors are already claiming the funds.
Let me inject a quick dose of hard engineering reality into this timeline. Let's say your passport dictates you need a heat pump. Right now, heat pump lead times are running 18 to 24 weeks. That's up to half a year just for the equipment to show up. Severe delays mean if you wait to get your passport, your actual physical renovation will easily get pushed deep into 2027. You really don't have the luxury of waiting to figure this out.
Chapter 4. Two Futures. What happens if you act versus if you don't? We are at a critical divergence point right now. And as a homeowner, you have to choose your path. If you do nothing, your EPC ages, you fall right into that brown discount trap, and you face forced renovations under extreme time pressure when the mandates hit. You'll pay higher mortgage rates, and your property value just bleeds out. But if you act now, you lock in a phased upgrade plan, you dictate the pace, you get access to green mortgage terms, priority grants, and you preserve and even grow your home's equity. It's the difference between being a victim of regulation versus leveraging it to your advantage.
This brings me to a core philosophy I really want you to remember today. The homeowners who do well in the next 5 years are not the ones who spend the most. They're the ones who start with a plan and move first. Strategic planning will beat raw spending every single time. Doing things in the right engineering sequence saves you from catastrophic retrofit failures down the line.
Which leaves us with the most important question of all. Will your home pass the test before the May 29th deadline? The institutional pressure is mounting, the rules are already written, and the market has already made its decision on energy and efficient homes. So here's what you need to take away from this and do today. First, discover what your current EPC rating really means for your specific property. If you want me to look at your house personally, book a one-on-one audit via the link in the description. We'll map out your exact risk profile together. Next, join our Retrofit Science School community. That's where we dive into the deep engineering breakdowns and trade-offs that we just couldn't cover today. And finally, if you know another homeowner who is completely unaware of this ticking clock, share this explainer with them right now. They only have 16 days to understand the stakes. In our next explainer, we're going to go deep into exactly how bank penalty metrics work and what a single grade jump on your EPC is actually worth in euros per month. See you there.